So by now you have probably heard about the Super Bowl and how Kendrick was headlining the halftime performance. Although I thought it was a great performance, some people were not very fond of it. But today I'm not here to talk about that. Today I want to talk about all the symbolism and the messages that Kendrick wanted to send, and I will be going through them one by one. Okay, so I don't know if you guys know this about Kendrick, but he is not someone who just performs set just to entertain. A lot of his performances and actual music videos hold a ton of hidden gems that he leaves for his fans to interpret. And this time he has done the same with the Super Bowl halftime show. Now, in my opinion, this performance was a statement, a more call to action. The more I watch it, the more obvious it becomes. This wasn't just about music or entertainment, it was more about a revolution. Right from the jump, when he says, "The revolution will be televised," you know he's making it clear that the time is now. Then he follows it up with, "You picked the right time, but the wrong guy." That's not just a throwaway line. I think in his way, he was giving a warning. He is trying to give the message that this moment is a moment for change, and that change must come from us, the people, and not the people who are in power or the people in charge. Then a few seconds later, you have Samuel L. Jackson stepping in the scene, dressed as Uncle Sam. This symbolises the literal embodiment of America. Then he proceeds to look Kendrick in the eye and says, "Do you know how to play the game?" That line carries weight as it represents America straight up asking Kendrick if he understands how this whole system works. But it's not just a question for him, it's a question for every single person in this country. Because whether we like it or not, we're all players in this game and some of us just don't realise how rigged it is. And the game wasn't just a concept in the lyrics, it was everywhere. The Super Bowl itself is one of the biggest games in the country, but Kendrick took it further. If you zoom out a bit and see how the stage was set up, you find out that the stage was literally a video game controller. I think this wasn't just a set design because it looked cool, it was intentional. The performance kept referencing the game as a metaphor. The way America forces certain minorities in that country to play by certain rules just to survive and just to fit in. But no matter how much they try to rig it, the influence can't be faked. That's why, at the end of the show, the words "game over" appeared. Kendrick was making a statement: the system is exposed and it's time to rewrite the rules. There was also the situation with Serena Williams. I first thought when she showed up and she did the crip walk she was just enjoying herself with the music, but it actually has a deeper meaning to it than that. And that's because if you guys remember back in 2012, she got a ton of backlash for crip walking after one of her games. But now she's on this stage doing it unapologetically. This was her reclaiming that moment and claiming the power she once never had. And let's not ignore the extra layer to this, which is that Serena is Drake's ex, which I had no idea about, but I guess that's two birds with one stone, I guess. And if there was ever a moment of getting a little lick back, I think this was it. Anyways, after all that happened, he also mentioned that 40 acres and a mule line, which was used in the black community as being a promise that America never kept after what happened. This statement basically represents, after what happened to the black community, they were promised land and a repayment for what they went through. It was sorta like to give them an advantage in life and start fresh. And then this promise was unfortunately forgotten and never kept. So Kendrick is subtly referenced to this as one of the biggest betrayals in American history. And the crazy thing is that he did all of this with Donald Trump in attendance. That part alone is wild to me, because doing this type of performance in front of the presence of the man who built his political career mostly off of division. And Kendrick delivering a performance about resistance and about knowing the game is rigged, but refusing to let it define you well, that must take some big commitment and confidence to pull it off. More than anything, this felt like Kendrick telling Black America to get ready, to understand what's coming, to resist, and most importantly, to stand together. Because at the end of the day, that's what real revolution looks like. So anyways, this was just my take on it, and I hope you guys find it entertaining as I did making it, and if you guys feel like I missed some things in this performance, feel free to let me know in the comments below. Until next time, see ya.